guys, in this video we're going to work on twists, so we're going to improve our circulation throughout our whole body. So go ahead and grab a block if you need it, and let's get started. Okay, so we're actually going to start standing up. So go ahead and put your feet about hip width apart, and let's go ahead and just swing our arms side to side. We're just waking up the body a little bit to get it ready to twist. This is so good for your circulation. It's like bending your knees. All twists are really good for circulation. We're going to wring out the old blood and bring in the new. All right, so now let's go ahead and we're going to come up to the top of our mat. Well, actually, you can stay in the center for this one. What we're going to do is come into chair pose. So that looks like this. So you can have your hands at heart center if you want. You really want to sit your bum back, like you're about to sit in a chair. The weight is mainly in your heels. See how I'm lifting out my toes there? And your knees should be behind your toes. So you should be able to see your toes. You want to protect those knees. Now, if that's too much, you can come up higher, or you can actually sit in a chair and do this pose. So you can go and grab a chair if you want, okay? Otherwise, coming to a chair, you can go and put your hands at heart center here. And what we're gonna do is just a nice twist. Go to your right, your left elbow goes to the outside of your right knee. So you're really pressing through your hands are at heart center here. Nice long back, long neck, I gotta remind myself. Good, you can open up your arms here if you want. That feels good for you. Nice deep breaths here. Remember, 5 breaths. Good. Now driving up through those feet, untwisting, coming back up to heart center. Let's inhale up. Look up at your hands and to heart center, exhale. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is now you can come up more to the front of your mat, top of your mat, and what we're going to do is just step back with your right leg into a crescent lunge, okay? So you're in a nice deep crescent lunge here. If it's too much, again, shorten it if you need to. All right, so we're here at heart center to start. Go to bring your arms out in a T shape. And what we're going to do is twist to your left. So you're nice and long. So nice twist here in your torso. You're nice and long. Your back leg is straight. And you're really rising up out of your head here. And we're breathing. 3 more breaths. In and out our nose, remember? Good, and now coming back to heart center. And what we're going to do is actually come down, so one hand on each side of your left foot here. We're in a lunge. Okay, so holding in that belly, really planting through that left foot and that right hand. Lift up that left hand for a nice twist here. If it's too much to keep that back leg straight, you can bring your knee down like I'm doing here. Just enjoy that stretch. Nice deep breaths, really big inhales and exhales in and out the nose. Good, now bringing that left hand back down, and then you're gonna like press through your back leg, coming forward, legs are slightly bent. Let yourself hang here for a moment. Just releasing that neck and head and back, and then gently rolling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Okay, now let's go on the other side. So I'm just going to come back to the center so you can see me better. Now we're going to go into, let's see, I'll face you guys this way for this one. So now we're going to go to chair on this side. So coming to heart center here, sitting back, remember, check your toes, make sure you can see them. If not, then straighten yourself up a bit. Okay. And now taking that right elbow and hooking it on the outside of that left knee. Thinking about keeping both of those knees even, by the way. It's tempting to let one shift like I'm just doing now, but don't do that. Keep them together. Pressing those hands together, keeping them at heart center. Nice long back, long neck here. And we're just breathing. You can open up those arms if you want, once again. Good. You can even close off your eyes while you hold these poses if you want. Good. Now gently coming back up, untwisting to heart center, pressing through those legs straight. Let's inhale up. Look up at your hands. Exhale to heart center. Good. Okay. Same thing here. So this time, I'm trying to remember, I think we went, yes. Okay, so this time we go back with our left leg. All right. So our left leg's back. Again, if that's too much, you can keep it up a little further. Nice bend in your right leg here. And what we're going to do, arms out kind of in a T, and then start to rotate to your right. Taking note if this side feels tighter than the other side. Nice deep breaths here. Nice and tall, getting taller with each breath. Planting through those feet. Nice straight back leg. One more breath. Good. Now gently rotating. And now we're going to come down for that lunge. So coming down a low lunge here. One hand on each side of the foot. Getting situated. Planting that left hand. And now rotating up with that right arm. Good. Nice and long. Back leg is straight if you can. If not, if that's too much, bring that knee down. Just rooting through the ground, through our hand, through our feet, taking note of each touch point, thinking about it just being rooted into the ground. You're pressing the earth away from you. This is nice and strong. We're getting new blood throughout our body, washing through. We're also getting a little stronger. Now I'm gently coming back down to that low lunge. Press off that back leg, coming forward, keeping your legs, your knees slightly bent here. Let yourself hang just for a moment. Shake your head no and yes. Big breath here. One more breath. Feel your ribs expand. Now gently as you continue to breathe, roll yourself up all the way to your head as the last to come up. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is actually come to a seated position. Okay. So we're going to come down. And so to get our neck a little more ready for some of these twists, just go ahead and shift it side to side, tilting, working on that mobility. Take note if one side feels tighter than the other. Good. All right. Okay, so now coming back to neutral. And so go ahead and grab, what you're going to do is just kind of grab your left knee with your right hand. If you need a block under your bum, go ahead and do that. If this is not a comfortable position for you, if it's not comfortable for you to sit on your bum, make sure you do that. Right hand on left knee. Take that left hand, just place it behind you and do an easy, nice and easy twist here. Looking behind you, thinking about those deep breaths once again, and you're sitting up nice and tall. I'm just breathing. Good. One more breath here. And gently release it back to center. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. So left hand is on your right knee. Place that right hand behind sitting up as tall as possible. With each breath, you just get taller. So good for our internal organs. Now, gently coming back to center and after your 5th breath. And then, I'm going to actually turn so you guys can see me. What you're going to do is sit with both hips are on the ground firmly. Left leg is out, your right leg is bent. What you're going to do is plant the right hand behind you, lift up that left arm, lift, 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 and then you have the option here of hugging that right knee too as you twist and look over that right shoulder, or if you want a little more, hook that left elbow on the outside of that right knee, right leg, and do a nice twist here, nice and tall. Think about elongating, getting taller as you breathe, as your ribs continue to take in more and more air. We're really helping out the internal organs right now. Your small intestines a little bit, your spleen, your kidneys slightly in this one. It's really good for that. Last breath here. Good. Now coming back to center. Switching legs. So now your right leg is out. Place that left hand behind you. Reach up that right arm. Reach, reach, reach. And either hug your knee to you or hook your right elbow on the outside of that left knee and do a nice twist here. Take note how you're feeling right now. Because it's not just your back this is for, it's also for your front body, whether you feel it or not. Thinking about all those digestive organs that sit in your thoracic cage, your thoracic area. Making sure both sits bones are on the ground. Last breath here, and gently release it. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to come onto our bellies here. So come on down. We're going to do a few scorpions to just get situated. If you need a blanket under your hips, go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is you're actually going to lay your cheek. Let's start with your left cheek, laying on the ground, if that's comfortable for you. Arms are in a T position. And so what you're going to do is you're going to lift up that right leg, bend it at a 90-degree angle, lift that right hip off the ground so it's stacked almost over your left one. You're letting those right toes sink, be pulled by gravity toward the floor that is on your left side. Now you don't have to go as far as I'm going. Your foot is probably hovering somewhere in the air up here. Now if you're pretty open and you're not as tight, you're welcome to let that toe drift toward the ground if that feels good. Should be no pain involved with this. And big breaths are really important here. This is really good for the spine, your kidneys. Getting new oxygen in and new blood flowing. Good. We're doing a couple extra breaths in this one because it feels so good. Good. Now gently coming back to center. Switching your cheeks to the other side. Your left leg comes up at a 90-degree angle and then letting those toes drift toward the floor on now your right side. Your left hip is up off the floor. It's stacked over that right hip. Again, your toe may not touch the floor like mine is. You may be hovering up here. That's totally okay. As long as you feel a nice twist in your back and in your thoracic area. Nice deep breaths. You might notice one side's tighter than the other. This side is actually definitely tighter for me. Gently coming back to center. Now what we're gonna do is just switch your cheek as you do this. We're back on our original cheek. You're just going to alternate, getting some mobility going, just at your own pace. We're just going up and over slightly. If you find that one side just really needs to be held longer, go ahead and hold it. Otherwise, just alternate at your own tempo. All right, last one, wherever you're at. When you're ready, gently meet me back in the center. Good. Okay, now all we're gonna do is roll onto our backs now. All right, so now it's the easy part. So what we're gonna do is your feet are about hip width apart, knees are bent, place with your feet flat on the ground. And I like to put my hands in cactus. You can put them on your belly or whatever, and you're just gonna let your legs fall side to side. Both of them to the same side, so it's almost like they're dominoing from one side to the other. Just giving that low back and those hips a little love. Good. This should feel really good. All right, go ahead and hug in your knees just for a moment here. Rock it side to side a bit. And now what you're going to do is place that one leg, your left leg out nice and straight, keeping that right leg bent at a 90-degree angle. Arms are out in a T, and you're going to let that right leg fall toward your left side. So we're kind of doing the opposite of what we did just with the scorpions. If this feels like a bit much, and I should have mentioned this before, bring your hips to the right, more toward your right slightly. If you feel like you're overextending or it's stretching too much. If you have a pretty open back, that's probably safer for you. So go ahead and move your hips slightly to the right and then go into the twist. This will keep us aligned. You should feel a nice opening, maybe in your back here. You might feel it maybe slightly in your right hip. Nice deep breaths. Don't forget your breathing. Good. All right, now gently bringing it back up. Plant that right leg. Bring those hips now to your left side. We'll go ahead and do that so you'll be aligned. Right leg is out straight. Left leg is up in a 90-degree angle. And now we're going to let that left leg drop toward your right side. And you can try to look toward your left hand if you want for an added neck opener here. Just feel that. Really breathing. Nice long inhales and exhales. Last one here. Good. Now gently bringing that leg back to center. And now squaring up your hips, bringing them back to the center of the mat. And now you have the option of letting your knees fall in toward each other with your feet about mat width apart, or you can put your legs straight out flat, whatever feels best for you. If you want to put a block under your upper back, about where, ladies, your bra strap would be, men, you can imagine, or you can put it under your low back, and your arms can be wherever you want. I'm going to do one on my heart, one on my belly, and just breathe, relaxing, letting your shoulders melt to the ground. We're doing our Shavasana now, so just get comfortable. Just breathing. Taking note of how your body feels now. Does the blood feel like it's flowing better? Maybe your muscles just feel better. Maybe there's another pose you want to revisit that you would like to hold longer. Go for it. You can do that now if you want. Just breathing, relaxing, scanning your body, making sure there's nothing still tensed up in your shoulders, your inner ear, your legs, your toes, your fingers. Just let it all go. Scan from the top of your head to your toes to see if there's any point where you're holding tension, where you're tensed up. Your muscles are working and they should not be working. And when you're ready, just gently, you can stay here if you want. If you want to come up and end with me, just come up into a comfortable seated position one more time. Let's inhale up. And exhale, heart center. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you next time.